This video is just going to review the golf betting system website. You're probably familiar with this website if you're a big golf fan like myself. They basically profile every tournament and they give tips based on historical stats, current player form, driving accuracy, putting, tee to green. They've got everything covered. Now, I'm not actually recommending betting on golf as such, because check the links below the video. You'll see that I recommend another thing called match betting, where you get guaranteed profits when you sign up for the bookmakers. So I recommend that you check that below. But let's be honest, if you're going to be placing bets, then it's important that you've got some knowledge. You don't want to be placing bets on golf with no stats or no knowledge whatsoever. Still very hard to make money with golf betting, have to be honest with you. But this is a website, if you love golf, you'll enjoy it. I'm not really going to focus too much on the tips history and how much the tipsters have made points wise. It's just a really good website. So if you like golf, I recommend you check it out on a weekly basis. They go over each course and the favourites, etc., and they highlight who they think are going to do well that week. Some weeks they predict winners, other weeks not. So this is for the USPGA Championship tips. It's just coming up in a few days, and it's Steve Bamford that's doing it. And you can see this is just not one paragraph where he just tips a couple of players. They go into a lot of detail based on the tips. So it's at TPC Harding Park in San Francisco. Very difficult course, and they outline the best bookmakers offers for this major. So we've got Boyle Sports playing 10 places, we've got Betfred paying 9. I know that Sky Bet are doing 11 places, and they just highlight quite a few different bookies. Bet365 have always got good odds on golf, so you find sometimes they can have the best odds. I think they're paying 8 places for this one. So at the start of it, always lists some of the bookmakers who are doing special offers for it, and you can see here we even go over the widths of the fairway. So if you follow golf and you've got a player that you like, but you know they struggle to hit narrow fairways, you probably want to avoid betting on them in this one. So you can see it's 22 to 30 yards at Harding Park, and they do a course overview. They go into great detail to tell you about majors that have been played there before, WGCs, President's Cup. Previous winners of the USPGA obviously are listed here in the scores, so it gives you a wee bit of history, how the courses are set up, how the players might do. Now, unlike the Masters, the USPGA is played at a different course each year, so sometimes it's not really that beneficial to look at the previous winners, although in this case it's been Brooks Koepka the last 2 years. So if he's in contention again, you're probably going to back him. Driving accuracy and greens and regulations, scrambling, putting averages. They go over all the stats here. Now again, you need to be careful with these stats. Jim Furyk here is down at number 1, but he's one of the shorter hitters on tour. Obviously now he's in the veteran stage as well. So you're probably looking at a course that's going to suit long hitters here, but they have to hit the fairway. So you want to weigh up the pros and cons and just have a quick look through all the stats. So you can see previous winners and prices. So last year, Brooks Koepka was 11 to 1. He was 20 to 1 the previous year. Justin Thomas was 45 to 1. So the last 3 years, there have been players under 50 to 1. So there have been players that have been quite fancied. 2016, there was an outsider one, Jimmy Walker, 150 to 1. The previous year was Jason Day at 14 to 1. McIlroy in 2014 was 5 to 1 favourite. That's very, very low odds for a golf tournament. McIlroy at that point was playing very well and was looking to win quite a lot of majors. Not quite materialised, but I think he's going to come back and maybe win a few soon. So we can see the average over the last 10, 11 years was 53 to 1. That's not really that accurate. If you look at the last 3 or 4 years, you'll see it's been quite big players that won it. Brooks Koepka has won it twice, and Justin Thomas, who's currently the world number 1, won it at 45 to 1. Weather forecast sometimes can have a bearing on the outcome. More likely it's going to have an outcome at the Open tournament in the UK rather than the USPGA, but some players traditionally just don't play well in wind or rain, so that's something to bear in mind as well. And we've got some previous stats as well about the winners and where they came from in the last round. So Brooks Koepka, I mean, last year he just won it from start to finish. There was nobody else anywhere near him really, and you can see the last two times he won it, he was leading on the final day. So if he's leading in the final day, you're not going to be worried. He's going to handle the pressure. He thrives on pressure at majors. Justin Thomas, you can see, came from fourth in round three. Jimmy Walker was leading. Jason Day, McIlroy were leading. Jason Duffner was second. So you can see there's a strong history here. On the last day, if your player is in the final group, they've got a very good chance of winning. Not a guarantee, obviously, but just look at the stats. We've got between first and fourth the last 10 years. The winners came from in the last round. Shots from the lead. So you can see Brooks Koepka was 7 ahead. He was 2 ahead. Justin Thomas was 2 behind. Rory McIlroy was 3 ahead. So there's not many people coming from far back. You need to go back to 2010 to Martin Kaymer when he came back from 4 back when he was playing really well. The golf betting system website also goes over the incoming form of winners. So this is quite interesting as well. So Brooks Koepka, you can see, was 4th, 2nd, and then I think he was 56 in the previous 2 tournaments before that as well. You can see the previous week he was 5th at Bridgestone. He was 2nd, I think, or 3rd last week. He was right in contention in his last tournament, so that highlights he could be dangerous in this major as well again. Looking at his past results coming into the tournament, 4th and 5th, and then he won it. Justin Thomas is 28th, Jimmy Walker 14th. McIlroy won at Bridgestone. Jason Day was 12th. Duffner was 4th. You can see, with maybe one exception, all these players were in very good form when they won the USPGA. So that's something to consider as well. So as you can see, the golf betting system just goes over all the various stats that would help you make a decision on who to back. These are the selections that they've went for. They went for Brooks Koepka. They do a point system, so if you've got a bank and you're running with it, you would do a point system. So let's say 1 point was £10 or $10. I recommend you put 4 points win at 10 to 1 with Bet365. I think Brooks Koepka is 10 to 1 with most bookmakers, so it won't make any difference who you put it on with, but you can also check. Also, they're highlighting Dustin Johnson. He's not been in great form recently, but this is a course that looks quite well suited to him. He's roughly about 21 with most bookmakers. I think he's as much as 22 to 1 with a few other ones as well. And the final recommendation they're doing is a young player who's playing really well just now. It's Colin Morikawa, and he's 35 to 1 with Betfred at the time of writing. What you want to do as well is you want to just quickly check 2 main sites for the best odds. Odds Checker, just check the grid, and you'll see the various odds here. You'll see Dustin Johnson, as I say, 22 to 1 with quite a few sites. 16 to 1 as low as some sites as well. Justin Thomas is a favourite. Brooks Koepka just behind him as well. 10, 11 to 1 with most bookies, 9 to 1 with some as well. You also want to check another site called Odds Monkey. They've got some bookmakers that are not listed on Odds Checker, and it's worth checking them out. You can see that Justin Thomas is decimal odds 12, so that's 11 to 1 with quite a few bookmakers here as well. McIlroy is 14 to 1. Again, decimal odds, just take one off, 14 to 1. And you can also lay at the betting exchanges as well, Smarkets and Betfair. If there's particular offers on, you want to lay some bets as well. So that just gives you an insight into how the golf betting system website works. And they're picking various winners depending on the European or the PGA Tour event. So you can see they've got a PGA Tour predictor, and it goes into good detail, tells you who the best odds are at the moment. They are affiliated with Bet365 and some other websites, so you might see advertisements and recommendations for certain bookmakers that they'll get a commission for. I've got no problem with that whatsoever, to be honest with you. The guys put in a lot of time building the stats and put a lot of effort into tipping various tournaments, so I've got no problem with them recommending a particular website at all. But obviously check the best odds at Odds Monkey and Odds Checker. Check the links below the video. I've got some reviews on Odds Monkey. It'll help you make money with match betting, and you can't really go wrong if you follow the step-by-step guides on there. Just another thing, they've got a tips history, PGA Tour tips history. So you can go in here and just check, see how they've done. So you can see they started off at the start of the year, plus 14, minus 12. American Express done well, plus 35.75. So up and down you can see the Arnold Palmer Invitational, I mean, done very well at that obviously, plus 82 points. The Players' Championship got abandoned unfortunately, so there's nothing really for that. Last two or three tournaments, they've not shown a profit with their tips, but to be fair, we're just in the middle of a pandemic and the PGA Tour obviously was off for a couple of months. A lot of players weren't playing, so it's very, very hard to gauge form. Players are just coming back and playing without crowds, so it's very, very difficult to judge who's going to win majors, but normally the cream rises to the top. You will find there's not too many upsets when it comes to the majors. Now and again you will get big 100 or 200 to 1 shots, but you can normally pick it out from a handful of players. So that's the golf betting system website. I highly recommend it. It's a great site for golf fans. They've got a Facebook group as well. It's really good. They've got various things going on there. I think they do some suites for tournaments as well, and it's just a great site. If you like golf, just go into every golf tournament, check the stats, and if you are going to bet anyway, this will probably help you. And check your bookmakers to see what odds they've got on for each way places, etc. You'll see there's various bookmakers for this one. I'm in a site called Profit Maximizer just now, and they've got a daily calendar with offers. I just click on more details. Yeah, they've got refund offers for Betway, £20 refund if your player's leading any of the rounds, so that's a good offer. They'll pay out basically if your player's leading after each round, even if they don't win, they'll pay out. So if you back Justin Thomas at 10 to 1, and you've got £20 on it, you're going to get £200 paid out, even if he doesn't win the last round. So that's a good offer. Extra places. Profit Maximizer site just lists all the best bookmakers. Sky Bet are paying out in 11 places for this. Really good. 10 places Betfair, Paddy Power, Boyle Sports, William Hill, 9 places. Bet365 have got really good odds. On Golf are paying 8 places. So these are enhanced offers for golf majors that normally come out with the bookmakers, so it's worth checking them out. So that's the golf betting system website. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Highly recommend it. Very good site. And check the links below the video. You'll see links to Odds Monkey and Profit Maximizer. Again, sites that I highly recommend if you're looking to make money betting online. I wish you all the best. Good luck.